by Democrats to make Trump the bad guy so they can divert attention away from all the bullshit that they're doing.
Well, look, this gives look, I've been saying this for a while, man. This gives the Republicans an out on Trump, right? Watch. I think this is the dam breaking, right? And all the Republicans are going to be like, "Oh, gosh, we had no idea that this guy was that bad." You know, like that's going to I mean, that's why I'm saying both Dems and Republicans are just, asinine. Eric, like they're just the worst. Um, I don't like either party, and you know, I stick to my guns on that. Are we live, Eric?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On YouTube.
Bernie says yes.
On YouTube it says you're
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking. I'm just asking.
Where'd the chat go?
The show's RPGrinders. We're simply just having a little bit of pre-show banter. We're gonna have a great show today. Quite a bit of news this week. I have a really cool review I can't wait to share with you all today. We'll be discussing the games that we played, obviously. My Stinko and Sweeto is the same thing. We'll be talking about that. I don't really have anything for free for all, so maybe we'll just talk about the week that was type stuff. But other than that, we should have a really, really good show for you guys. Why did I say but other than that? Everything's going to be good. Excuse me. Everything's going to be
The plot of the latest Neptunian game is they have to fight mobile phone game personifications.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
The trendy phenomenon is apparently the threat that they have to face.
Trendy phenomenon. That's awesome.
And that it says, while they've been sleeping, citizens of the gaming industry have turned to using a new device called the R phone.
Wow. This guy was a state trooper or something?
So apparently the conspiracy in the game is this group sends out a bunch of monsters, people stay inside, they give them this thing called the R phone so they can talk, and now they're slaves to the R phone. To what end, I don't know, but that's probably why you have to play the game.
How far is Columbus from you, Eric?
About 2.5 hours, maybe.
In Cincinnati?
4.5.
Holy shit. It's on the complete other side of the state, huh? Jeez. I'm looking at this information on this guy that shot up the FBI office in Cincinnati. We'll be talking to Breakman about that too once he jumps on. This is his neck of the woods. Obviously, he was way out of the path of this. Can you close the door, please?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I don't mean to be a pain. Let's see here. Is anybody in chat? Let's check. Just me for now. Are you in there, Eric? Thought you were in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're just waiting for Break to jump on in. Like I said, this should be a great show today. What's up? Hope everybody's doing great. We're doing our thing here. Lots of news to cover. I mean, my head's spinning with all the political news coming in. I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. Maybe we'll go into deeper depths on that. I mean, it's too fresh to form any but I think you made a great point, Eric. What was your point again? Just, so we get that. What's up, Skodoma? How you doing, man? Nice to have you in there.
It was a political power play by
Yeah, I agree.
Democrats to make Trump look bad and themselves look better,
Well,
so that people can ignore the fact all the bullshit that they're doing.
right, and it does give the Republicans an out on Trump too, and it just seemed like really like kind of staged to me. I mean, it was done the right way, I guess, but I don't know, man. I'm a little skeptical, Eric, just like you are. My bullshit meter kind of went off. Just finishing up with work here. Right on, Scotoma. Glad you're gonna go into the weekend. Hopefully you have this weekend off, and everything.
I think that, along with like killing another terrorist leader this year, is probably gonna help them in the midterms.
Isn't that weird how that works, Eric? Like either party. Like something weird like that happens like right before midterms to sway an election one way or another. Isn't that just it's super convenient? You know what I mean? Like it makes you think. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You know me, Eric, and it's just really, really weird. Just I don't know. To me it just seems too weird.
Like they could have gone at Trump any time, probably.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, right before the main elections come.
Right, and of course, I mean, it just it's this two-party system, man. It's just stupid. Don't trust them politicians. I'm with you 100%, Scotoma. 100%. I don't trust any of them. Side job. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I mean, that's a little extra money, though. That's not like your main deal.
I don't know if you even pay attention to Shane, but he did a latest video, which is a short. It's like only 45 seconds.
Who?
And Shane Killian.
Not familiar.
That dumbass I keep telling you about.
I'm not familiar, man. And what'd he do?
He's basically yelling at Beta O'Rourke because people were apparently making fun of him because he didn't know that an AK is a weapon that has a certain lethality, but he's mad because he thinks he's using the argument that Beta wants to take their guns away, even though he just wants to take assault rifles away.
Yeah, I know.
It's like.
But
point,
there is.
If you call yourself a libertarian, are you sure you're not just a conservative?
Well, here's the thing, Eric.
They have a lot of the same logical leaping points.
Yeah, I understand.
In the mental pathology between the two.
No. Look, Eric, I understand the reasoning behind not wanting to ban anything, right? Because if you go down a path, you kind of have to continue go down that path till you lose a right? I mean, it's the same thing I feel about the First Amendment. I don't want to lose my right to film a police officer, right? But they're already starting, like in.
The problem, though, is that the slippery slope is a fallacy in itself.
Well, no, but okay.
It usually doesn't work out that way.
Well, how can I make you understand this, Eric? Like, if you go down that path, you kind of have to continue that path until rights are lost, right? So it's that way with the Second Amendment. It's that way with the first. You can name them all. You know what I mean? I mean we're already losing. Like the Miranda rights thing really bothers me because now how are people even supposed to be aware of any of their rights? I guess it's not. I mean, I guess it's just up to us now, is what the Supreme Court is saying. So I'm okay. That's fine. But what happens next? Are they going to say you have to talk now? You have to incriminate yourself? I mean, how long is it? Like seriously, how what next? What next?
But wanting to get rid of assault rifles is not the same as wanting to get rid of all firearms.
No, I agree with you 100%, Eric. But if okay, look at the First Amendment. If they take our right to record police away, what's next for them to do with the First Amendment? Are we not going to be able to report on things? Are we going to become more of a state agency? Which I
don't even want a gun ban, by the way. I agree.
I just
want regulation.
Yeah, I mean,
actual regulation with consequences for not following those regulations.
see, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think it even says it in the Second Amendment.
But if you still believe that that's taking your guns away, then you're insane.
No, I agree. I never said that, Eric, at all.
That's what Shane's trying to do with
yeah,
this video.
Right. I mean, what I'm saying, I mean, even it's ingrained in the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia, you know, but there has to be.
And besides, the point Beto was trying to make in the video, I didn't get to see the entire thing because it was a short little clip that he took out of context.
Well,
but from what I could tell, they were discussing about the said regulations, and he used it as argument. Well, who cares what the weapons being used for? It's still capable of killing.
I agree, but here's Beto is no saint, man. Like,
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like if you're gonna get at him for anything, at least do it properly.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you know, let's get
I told you that he's a disingenuous piece of shit.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, dude, there's a lot of bad actors out there, Eric. No doubt. I have no doubt in my mind. You know, I mean, all of our politicians right now are just angling for what their next grift is.
I don't even understand the term bad actor because he's not an actor.
No, it's
a bad player would probably be a better term.
Okay, look, Eric, it's a colloquialism. Like it's like. Okay, it's a riff on Shakespeare. The world is a stage and we're all actors. Okay, so that's what the term bad actor means. Break, are you here?
I hope so.
Yes. Woohoo. We didn't have problems getting you.
I can't believe it.
I know. I can't. There's no problems? Holy shit.
I can't believe it's not crashing.
This is the greatest day.
I turned it on and off yesterday and was fooling around with to make sure, like,
yeah.
You know, I was doing some testing to hopefully get it to.
This is the greatest thing that has ever happened.
It won't be this easy next week.
I know,
Just
right?
I know that.
I know. We got one.
So is that Beef's Bad Show weekly now?
I don't know what it is. They had 2 episodes. I don't know if there's any more up, but it's fantastic, man. I was going to talk about that, but I think I'll wait for a few more.
I think are they like 10 minutes a piece or something?
Like 20. They're like 20 minutes, like 20 minutes.
I think they're doing it weekly, like every other. I feel like a lot of other streaming programs.
God, I like that, but I wish they would put at least 2
do
up.
they do music videos?
Not music videos. They dude, this is what.
Like, it's
They
not
did
really
a music video.
Well, they did.
Music video.
They did do
Okay,
one.
So they'll do music videos if they have footage.
What I like is they're doing like TikTok videos. You know.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. I think, like the whole whispering one. That's fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
dude, that was so funny. he's like, Beavis, we've got to talk like this. You know, it was like that way. Hey, what'd you say, butthead? He's like, shut up, Beavis. You gotta whisper. You know, and it was like they both like it was the opposite of the no laughing one. You remember that one? It was kind of like a riff on that, man. Like a callback to the no laughing.
That's a long time ago.
Oh god.
You know what's kind of funny? He's like, Carl Sagan was lamenting the emergence of shows like Beavis the Butthead back in 1993, shortly before he died.
Who?
Carl Sagan.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, like Carl, maybe you should have watched it instead of just looking at it at face value and seeing a show that young people were watching and laughing at because it was stupid, but not understanding why.
There's a lot of things I liked
he didn't
about.
Care. It's all about money and power with people like that guy.
Yeah.
Like the bigotry is just a cover for them gaining more power.
Yeah.
They don't really give a shit.
What are you talking about, Greg?
What?
What are you talking about?
You all right there, Break?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We were talking. We were talking about Carl Sagan, but Carl Sagan is. There's a lot of things I liked about Carl Sagan. A few things I didn't like, but I'm with you, Eric. Like instead of like bitching,
it was just proof of his age, in my opinion, when he said that. When I heard him say that, or read.
Yeah.
Well, I actually read it because he was in. I read
I
it
don't
because
know.
it was in Demon Haunted World, and he wrote it down as as a part of his like foreword or something.
I love that whispering episode so much, man. I
Yeah.
need to watch that again, man. It's so good. He's like, Beavis, we need to talk like this.
Oh, that's Carl. Okay, yeah, that's definitely not who I was thinking about.
Yeah, you're thinking of someone completely.
Yeah.
And now
sorry.
for something
Right.
completely different. All right, guys, you guys ready to go?
Yeah,
Let's.
That's
that's
gonna
great.
bother me the rest of this day.
If you arm everybody, everybody's too afraid of each other. So that's a wonderful outcome. So,
It's all good. Break. You ready to go, Break?
Yeah, now I'm annoyed though.
You ready to go, Eric?
God, who's that damn bigot? Where the fuck is his name?
I know. Well, Sagan said some pretty iffy things, man.
Yeah,
Freak-
but the guy I was thinking of was a politician.
Oh yeah.
So, yes,
I don't
it wasn't
know.
him.
I don't know who you were thinking of, dude. Freak 5's in chat. What's up, Freak? Nice to have you in there as always. We haven't started yet. We're just about ready to start. Luckily, Joint Effort is in chat too. Lurking, but nice to have you in there nonetheless. You guys ready to do this?
Sure.
All right. Almost on time this week. Can you believe that? All right, Eric, you ready?
yeah.
All right, let's do this.
I was thinking of Karl Rove.
Oh, Carl Rove. Yeah.
That's who I was
Yeah,
thinking.
not Sagan. Rove.
Sorry.
It's all
Wrong
good.
Karl.
All right, here we go. I'm coming to see you, Elizabeth. RPGrinders episode 702. I'm your host, Frank Branch, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you?
That was a weak Red Fox impersonation.
I know, man. I mean, my throat's not feeling great.
You gotta get more gravelly with it. Look,
Oh, that was even worse than mine, Break.
I
Holy
know, that
shit.
hurt my throat. Oh, God.
Damn. Holy shit. You thought mine was bad. Holy hell. I'm so glad you did that. It's not so easy, is it?
No,
Son of a
I'm getting
bitch.
cough now.
Oh, man. Gentlemen, how are you? Break, how you doing, man?
I need water. Jesus, that did hurt.
Yeah, you wondering why I didn't do it, man. Shit.
Okay, you win. You win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always win, Break. Come on, you know that,
Then
man.
you should always be happy.
Well, no, I have to always be miserable. And then, that way, like, it makes these victories all the better. Because I don't get any victories hardly ever. Break. You have to admit that, man. Eric, how you doing, man?
I'm fine.
All right. We're going to have a great show for you all today. We got some news. We're going to have some reviews. It's like I can't do the Ric Flair promo type thing. We're going to have news, reviews, and stews. I don't know. Yeah. Woo! Get all excited. He had his last match, man. I should have put that in my Sweetos. About time he fucking had his last match. I mean, he should have had his last match, 20 years ago?
He's in his 70s now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 73, man. I mean, he did not look good at all in that match,
He
man.
didn't look good when he was in his prime.
I know. Well, no, come on, man. He was a great...
Yeah, like Ric Flair was never like the good technical wrestler.
No.
He was just like the good dirty wrestler. He was great at the eye poke and the
Well, and promos,
and
man.
the
His
crotch
promos
shot
were...
and the ref knockout type stuff.
Right.
And
And promos, obviously, man. I mean, who did a better promo than Ric Flair, man? Come on.
I mean, come on, like as far as wrestling goes, like most of the other wrestlers could just out wrestle the shit out
Well,
of
of
him. Even when he was
course.
in his prime.
Of course, man. But could anybody do a promo like Ric Flair?
No,
Yeah.
that's true.
I
I
mean,
Ric Flair's just never one of my favorites. Just he always seemed.
how dare you? You hated him, right? That's the whole point, man. He's a great heel.
But yeah, but at the same time, like I loved a lot of heels. Like I loved NWO. That was the greatest fucking thing ever.
Scotoma says he's the type of guy I see having a heart attack on the wrestling ring. Yeah, like the movie The Wrestler, man. Like just going all the way. He's done now, though. Thankfully, I don't think he'll ever, wrestle again. And I mean, he really looked 73, man. I mean, he put on a figure 4 at the very end. I saw highlights, right? And at the very end, he had nothing, and I mean nothing left in that tank, man. He put on the figure four, and you know how like you at least like try to move around to sell the move, you know? He couldn't even move, dude. It was just like he was just like,
Wow.
you know. Wyland's in chat. What's up, Wyland? Nice to have you in there, man.
That sounds like Michael Jordan's last All-Star game.
Oh yeah.
Like that was just like everybody kept trying to pass him the ball and make a shot, and he was still missing everything. Like
I know. It was sad, man. It was sad to see.
He eventually had like a decent score, but it was like after taking a billion shots.
I know, man. Well, and then he was like, I mean, seeing him in that Washington Wizards uniform was just awful, man. I mean, it was like, ugh. I mean, ugh.
Yep.
You know where Jerry Rice ended his career break?
Kansas City?
No, Denver.
Oh, Denver.
He didn't even make the team.
Ouch.
I know.
That's sad.
Man. It's so sad. He lost out to like people that had no business playing football, man. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's so many guys that they want to keep going and they want to keep going, and I understand because of the money, but like when you watch them, like Roethlisberger should have retired a couple of years ago.
No doubt.
Like
no
that
doubt.
Guy in 10 years probably going to not be able to walk again. Like he looks like he can barely walk right now.
That's what I was gonna say, man. He can walk now, you know, like seriously.
Right.
All right, let's get to the news, man. Let's get all this stuff out so we can get to fun stuff. Hold on. RPG news. Yeah, I agree, Wyland. Nobody wants to see him break a hip. All right, Eric, you're
I
up,
like
man.
the waddle around the ring part, though.
I know, right? All right, Eric, you're up.
All right, from RPG site, we have a delay for Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is later this fiscal year, but that really means next year because it's anywhere from now until March.
Yeah.
For its PS5, Xbox Series, and PC releases, while the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch versions will launch later beyond that time frame, so they're being delayed even further than the other three versions.
You know, I'm actually,
4 versions.
yeah,
actually.
I'm actually pretty proud of the gaming industry for this reason, guys. Like, everybody that's come out has released a statement basically saying it's to make the game better. Like, there's none of this mealy-mouthed bullshit that was going around before, you know? So, I mean, it's kind of a refreshing, transparent, like, thing going on in the gaming industry. I mean, now, if we could fix, like, crunch and, you know, some other shit. I mean,
sexual
harassment and all that.
Diversity, a lack of diversity.
Yeah. I mean, those aside, I mean, this actually is a good thing. You know what I mean? I mean, that's I think
crediting people who worked on a localization for a video game. Live Alive, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Apparently,
exactly.
there was a lack of credits. I mean, I looked at the credits; it was pretty extensive. I think one of the groups for the working on the game was just listed as the group rather than the individuals within that group. But like, there were so many credits, I couldn't tell exactly where it was.
I mean, Jesus, how long do the credits need to be? Like a half an hour long? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah. I miss the days of the Ultimate Warriors.
It's kind of like how they do like special things in the credits of some video games that could have probably spared the time, but didn't.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Crediting people, but under pseudonyms.
Anything else on this, Eric?
No.
All right.
That's really it.
Okay, break. Next story, please.
Coming to us live from RPG site loading screen. Metal Slug Tactics gets released, pushed back to 2023. Wow, 2023 is getting busier and busier by
I know.
by the news episode. Publisher .emu, which I mean they've got a lot of good games out. I mean, they've been hitting some home runs lately, so I'm not gonna fault them. As a refresher, Metal Slug Tactics is an entirely new take on the Metal Slug series itself. It is an isometric strategy RPG. Strategy RPG with levels that continually expand at certain points. Players can navigate through the environment in some cases, such as jumping over a small gap between platforms on roofs. The Metal Slug crew can work together to pull off consecutive sync attacks to continually attack the same target in a single turn. It is an impressively ambitious project.
Yeah.
So it sounds like some kind of a modern Final Fantasy Tactics. And when I say modern, I mean in the modern kind of military
Right.
era.
Right. So again, another delay, and again, transparency. They just need to make it better. I mean,
Which I can't argue with that.
Can't
That's
argue with
what-
that either.
I wish we got an update on what's going on with Advance Wars.
yeah, exactly. All right. Anything else on that
Yeah,
break?
I think
Some people assumed that's what the Nintendo's Direct was missing, which is why they did the Indie Direct.
Well, maybe.
I don't know. With everything that's going on in the world, it seems so hard to release something like that because we seem to
that's
have
not the
another
reason.
mass shooting every month.
Yeah.
Like major
Yeah.
mass shooting.
They didn't cite that as the reason for Metal Slug, though. So
Yeah. I
Right,
don't know.
but I'm saying like with Advance Wars, like it's such. I mean, these are two different companies for one thing.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the other company sees like what's going on in society, and they're kind of holding on Advance Wars, which sucks because I love fucking Advance Wars. It was a fantastic game.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely.
Anything else on that break?
No.
All right.
See you, as they say, see you in 2023.
Yeah. Come to us live from RPGsite.net. Turn-based RPG Sunday Gold arrives on September 13th. So we've had a couple of
Sunday
delays.
Gold? That is
Yeah.
a fucking badass name.
It is, and it looks good, man. It's got like this weird art style that is just actually really refreshing and cool. It looks like, but they had me at turn-based, man. I'm totally down. It sort of looks like a mix of Disco Elysium and I don't know, man. Like Eric, what would you say, man? Like it's got like sort of like Fortnite graphics.
I'm getting a little bit of a Codename Steam vibe from it.
Huh? Okay. I mean, it looks okay to me. I mean, it's different. I mean, it's turn-based. I mean, that's something that you don't hear very often anymore. Turn-based.
It's got a cool name, at least.
Yeah, and a cool name.
Never means it's going to be a good game, but
No. Right. But I mean, we could say we played Sunday Gold.
This is combining classic point-and-click adventure gameplay with escape room style puzzles and turn-based combat.
I like it. Looks good. I mean, I hope it turns out to be good. I'd like it to come to consoles, so I could check it out. All right, next story, Eric.
Next story is Sunday Golf. Okay,
Sister versus Sisters.
Yeah, that's it. Neptunia.
That's right. I had Sunday Golf instead of Sunday Gold. That's why I got screwed up. Anyways, Neptunia Sisters versus Sisters is set to release in North America and Europe in 2023 for PlayStation 5, 4, and PC, Steam specifically. It'll be available for $50 alongside a limited edition, which is probably gonna be $70.
Yeah.
Sisters vs. Sisters originally released in Japan on April 2024 for the PlayStation 4 and 5. And it'll feature English and Japanese voiceovers because this is a full IFI localization. There's no reasons to not include an English language track because the last game that did Japanese only was the Senran and Kagura crossover, and they've never been dubbed. So that would not make sense to only have one half of the cast dubbed. But the reason why that the last one before it, the Virtual Auto Stars didn't, because they had all these Japanese VTubers, and getting the licensing rights to dub over them would have been expensive.
Have you guys ever seen a game that was done in 2 languages? I have. Let's see.
It's even rarer. Like the case was with Sakura Wars 5, which had a completely different script for the Japanese audio by splitting the game into 2 discs, one with the Japanese audio and one with the English audio, and they each had their own scripts.
Yeah. Skodama says a disappointment on the cyberpunk level,
which is why I'm not that excited about the HD release of the Blu-ray set for the Kirby Right Back At You disc, that's coming out, because it's more than likely going to have dub title script for even the Japanese audio.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I want to see a 4-kid script.
Yeah. Nothing is as disappointing as that, Skodoma. But I tell you what, Cyberpunk's getting better and better. That game's going to be something else before it's all said and done. I don't know if it's ever going to hit Witcher 3 levels, but I mean, if Witcher 3 is any indication, it's gonna be pretty good. All right. I think it's Breakman's turn.
Coming to us live from RPG site. Panic Barn and No More Robots announced open world soccer RPG Soccer Story for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And it will be coming this year. Wow.
What was that, Eric? What was that soccer RPG that was out? It wasn't this one. It was another soccer.
Inazuma 11?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, exactly.
It is described as a comedy open world RPG about solving puzzles and saving the world with your trusty magic soccer ball. A revealed trailer, skipping ahead, players roam around the 3D environments with a slightly tilt-shifted overhead view with a sprite-based character. Many of the environments have elements comprised of sprites, though there are a fair share of 3D assets as well. Players engage in many activities that utilize, well, the soccer ball that they always have with them. Each member of the soccer team have their own strengths and weaknesses. In the trailer, a character named Kai is described as a pass master and has stat meters for speed, shooting, energy, and strength. Aside from exploring the open world, there will be times when people have to face off against opposing teams in soccer matches. Because if that isn't in there, I think there'd be some writing. There is also a brief shot of a segment that parodies the classic Final Fantasy turn-based battle interface as well. Panic Barn and No More Robots said the soccer story would be over 15 plus hours of gameplay, filled with quest and side missions. The game will be 4-player local multiplayer match too.
All the environments look like they take place in a Minecraft setup.
I was gonna say that. It looks very Minecrafty, man. But
ooh, I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, I know.
Because the concept sounds pretty fun.
It's
I'm
like,
not a huge soccer fan, but there's fun
this
soccer
game
games.
has nothing to do with Golf Story, by the way.
Yeah.
Although they are making a sequel to that. I think it's called Summer Story, though.
That game sounds like ass. Yeah, I mean, actually, it looks kind of cool, Skodoma. Soccer's not my thing, man. So it's hard for me to, I mean, I sort of dismiss I dismiss a lot of things out of hand, like tactic games and other shit that I really shouldn't. But
the group behind this game makes some interesting games. Like Hypnospace Outlaw was fun.
Yeah.
But
no, I mean it looks okay.
They're not making this off another story.
I mean, but I'm not into the Minecraft graphic style.
Yeah, I don't
really.
I don't like the graphic style either.
Yeah. All right, let's see, Eric. I think it's your turn next.
If it's still fun, I'd play it, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not an RPG, but it looked interesting to me, so that's what I'm talking about. Biomorph, side-scrolling Souls-like Metroidvania, announced for Switch and PC. Legends of Eternal developer Lucid Dream Studios announced Biomorph, a side-scrolling Souls-like Metroidvania. By the way, Legends of Eternal, I think, is a Smash clone. So they got some chops. I mean, I've not played that game personally, but it seems like it's decent.
Yeah.
But anyways, the gimmick here is you can take on the form of your enemies, and you can use that to traverse the environment and solve puzzles.
Don't have anything to show you guys in chat other than these screenshots. I mean, it's a Metroidvania that's Souls-like.
And apparently there's a town building simulation aspect to the game.
Yeah. I mean, from the screenshots looks okay, but I need a little gameplay action here.
I like that kind of thing, like the ActRaiser. You have the action sequence, and then you have you're building your town part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got some. Let's see. I'm gonna go with like a combination of SteamWorld Dig and Hollow Knight vibes to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you took if you took the building a town part out of it, it'd be perfect.
Oh.
Well, you built a town. You built a town in Dark Cloud, though.
Can you destroy it?
Or rather, you built a couple towns in the first Dark Cloud.
Yeah.
Can you do like the Sim City thing, like
like a
natural disasters
tornado?
and shit?
I know, big old tornado or something.
Freezer thing.
Oh, it was on the Super Nintendo. You could have Bowser come in and destroy
Yeah,
shit. That was
yeah.
fucking fun.
All right, who did that one? Was that you, Eric?
Yeah.
All right, break. Next story, please.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu, Islets launches. Or is it Islets?
I think
No,
you skipped one.
You skipped one.
What?
Yeah, you skipped Devil Within. 2.5D action. What are you doing, man?
It's loading, some stalling.
I shouldn't even ask. I shouldn't even ask what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of moaning
I'm trying to
over
make
there.
sound effects with my mouth, like I don't know, sound like I'm pooping or something. Coming to us live from Gamatsu, 2.5D action platformer, The Devil Within, SatGat, announced for PS5, Xbox Series, and PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PS, everything. It's announced for fucking everything. 2.5 stylish action adventure that follows the journey of an Eastern warrior infected with demonic blood. Dig into the secrets of a ruined world while taking down enemies in stylish action sequences. Okay. Stylish. With the mysterious arrival of the Blackstone Tower, the once peaceful world of Joseon?
I have no idea, man. I like hearing you struggle, though, so continue on.
I'm going to go with the Spanish flair and say it's Joseon, which changed forever. The energy emitted from the tower. The towner. From the tower initially brought prosperity to the lands, but as the power grew, evil spirits emerged and took over the living. Mighty warriors tried to stop the invasion by destroying the tower. Nope, they failed. They suck. But an unfortunate betrayal led to their failure. Dun dun dun.
Mm-hmm. It looks from the screenshots really super detailedly pretty. Like this is the detail is fantastic even in screenshots. I can't imagine like seeing a video. Get better, Gamatsu. Get some video. Holy shit! I'm impressed with the screenshots. Break.
Mm-hmm.
I mean.
And I'm just reading about the bullet points on the game. Like they really want us to play this game. They're like, yeah, I want to play this game.
Yeah.
This looks interesting.
It looks good. I mean, I'd love to play this game. I mean, let's hope for the best on it. All right. Anything else on that, Break?
It'll be out in 2023. So.
Yes, there you go.
Like
Another.
everything else, it'll be out
Exactly. Well, maybe it'll fill in the time, like there's lulls where there's nothing that comes out that's of any substance, and then next year's just gonna be chock full. Every day something new comes out. All right.
I can't complain. I'm playing old games
I
always.
know.
So
I know.
I'm usually playing a game that came out like 5 years ago. Like, hey, what's the latest release?
Same here.
Breath of the Wild, right?
Same here, Break.
I'm just kidding.
I tried to get Shibuya done this week, and that didn't go as planned. Although I did make a lot of progress. I only got I don't know, not much left. So, all right. Anything else there, Break, before we move?
That's it.
All right. This comes to us from Gamatsu. Islets launches August 24th, or Islets, I should say.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it is. Like I said, Islets too, but I think it's Islets.
Yeah, for Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It's a side-scrolling action game. Let's see, no date. I don't think it says exactly, and that's pretty much the gist. There's some features here. There is a video. God damn it, fucking Gamatsu. Jesus. All right, connect the islands like a puzzle. That's kind of cool. Fight back against terrifying monsters. Oh, really? Come on. Do we need to make that like one of the key features? Discover upgrades.
There's combat in this video game.
I know.
What?
Combat and upgrades.
Really? Holy shit, dude! There's combat in this fucking game.
Did you know you can upgrade?
Oh, what? Are you fucking? I can upgrade.
Look, check out this next one. It is a wide cast of charming characters. Right. Oh man. And then look, check this out.
What's the Disney movie now?
I know. Become immersed in a visually stunning hand-painted world. I mean, that's actually kind of cool. But it looks okay. I mean, it looks more like along the style of like a Ghibli movie more than anything. But it looks okay. I mean, it's a platforming, puzzle, whatever. Looks okay, but very generic in its descriptions. Skodoma says, "Rock me, Amadeus." Amadeus. You guys remember that, right?
Yes.
Anyways,
Yes.
I'd like to forget it, but All right, Eric.
I like the movie.
Oh, Amadeus, the movie's great. All right, Eric, next story.
Moon Scars. This is another Metroidvania game. Launches September 27th for the PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And it's going to be available via Game Pass, so it's a day one Game Pass game.
Ooh, that's good.
Let's see. Publisher Humble Games and developer Black Mermaid. Here's the about section. Under grim moonlight, a fierce clay-born warrior, Grey Irma, battles driven by a loathsome purpose to find the sculptor and unravel the mystery of her existence.
Freak 5 says, you can move left and right in this video game. Oh, man. You can jump. You can jump in this game.
Holy shit. You can jump in this game?
Yeah.
Fuck. This is high-end stuff right here.
Right.
You're not getting this kind of stuff anywhere else.
The generic features when they list them out like that, man, when they say, diverse set of characters, you're like, isn't that every fucking RPG since day one? That's the appeal of a fucking RPG.
I mean, well, they got to make the distinction between RPGs where you just create a bunch of classes that are characters.
I know, man, but I mean, the point is the same.
I want a box that says like your cast of 12 generic characters.
I know.
You have the basic. You have your basic soldier, your basic wizard,
your basic
healer.
Space Marine.
And they go on their basic quest to save the basic world.
They go on their walking quest, Experience the walking simulator RPG.
The real tough bad guys decide this world's not worth conquering, so you get a mediocre quest.
You get to a battle, it's the boss is like a low level, normal regular character in any other video game. It's like, and you're like, you get there and it's like some generic low level Oh, man.
It's like, and spoiler alert, but if you haven't played the South Park video game, the first one by now, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I know, it's a
Stick
great
of truth. It's like when you go to Canada and all of a sudden everything switches to 8-bit.
God, it was so good, man. It's so good, man. By the way, they're opening up Casa Bonita here probably in December, back up in December break. I thought you might like that. Trey Parker, Matt Stone bought Casa Bonita, actually, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun. If we go, I'll take video for you guys and show it on the show. All right. Next story comes to us from Komatsu. Sega Genesis Mega Drive Mini 2. Japanese titles 34 to 44 have been announced, and they are Gain Ground, Phantasy Star 2, Populous, Sorcerian, Tugyu King Colossus, Viewpoint, Sega Mega CD titles, Echo the Dolphin.
It's Toji.
Okay. Toji. Echo the Dolphin, Robo Aleste, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 3, Shin Megami Tensei. That's an odd inclusion, but cool nonetheless. And Tenka Fubu, Ayuyu, Taki no Hauku.
Dashi.
What is it?
I don't like the overlapping games. Like the Phantasy Star 2 is back again, but I'm still excited.
Actually, we didn't get 2 in the previous Genesis.
2 wasn't in the first one? On the first mini?
It was on the first... It was in the Japanese release only, actually. He only got 4, but they got 4 and 2.
Huh.
Yeah, there are certain games, Skodoma, where you couldn't jump. I mean, there was what was it, Star Fox? There was no jump.
They're on Wave 4 of the announced games for the Japanese release, but we still don't have Wave 2 in the North American release.
I know.
remember Bionic Commando? Everybody like, oh, this is a great game, but I wish I could jump. And people pissed about that for years and years.
Oh,
And
I
they
know.
did the remake, and people still complain you couldn't jump. So they made a sequel where you can jump, and nobody really give a fuck.
I know, man.
It was
It's
you know what? The first game was better. Huh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, there's certain games like that. Like Star Fox, I thought was a pretty good game where you couldn't jump. There was a Zelda game like that too, wasn't there? Where like you really
Yeah,
couldn't
you
jump.
instead of jump, you like dodge, right?
Well, no, you like to like you went up to something and it just automatically did it for you. You know,
Okay.
I mean I mean, I don't think jump is necessary, but it's just weird to play a game without a jump. You know, we're so ingrained. You know, I don't know. But he says Guild Wars, you can only jump as an emote. It was still a fun game. I remember Guild Wars. I never really played it, but
We got games like Final Fantasy 15 where you can jump in it, but it's fucking useless for the most part.
yeah.
Until you get to that one fucking platforming dungeon. God, I fucking hate. That's fuck you, platforming dungeon.
I know
Fuck
platforming dungeons aren't that fun.
you. Not when the game's not a platformer.
Right. That's what I mean. When the game's not a platformer. What was that? Wasn't it Wild Arms 3 that did that? It
It's
was like
4.
4. I keep.
There was
Eric gets all
no
mad.
jumping in 3.
Yeah.
I think the next time you do that, he might
I
jump
know.
out of Skype.
I swear, man. He's gonna kill me
And
next
there's
time.
nothing wrong with 3. I don't know why you have a hot
I've-
boner for 3.
Did I say anything bad about 3? I like those
Every
games, Eric.
time you mention 3, it's always something negative.
No, dude. Look, I don't have anything bad to say about any of those Wild Art games. I think they all have their good points. But it was 4 that you had that terrible platforming section, man. That's all I was pointing out. Jesus, holy shit. I'm gonna go back into my hole now. Eric, next story, please.
Dragon's Dogma's producer leaves Capcom to go to NetEase Games.
What the hell's
Okay.
over at NetEase?
Mobile games.
Oh God.
Netty game. What is? I've never heard of it.
NetEase games.
Oh, NetEase. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
Because it sounded like a junk food to me. NetEase.
I know.
Here's
Have
your
a
bag of NetEase right here.
have
I'll
a
pick
bowl
some
of
stuff for you.
NetEase with a big glass of shut the fuck up. You know?
Right.
But all right. Anything else on that, Eric?
Well, the thing is, NetEase seems to be wanting to go into console game development, which is why they're headhunting for a bunch of people. So maybe they could produce something that's not a microtransaction laden fest. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
Not
they're
holding my breath for that.
yeah, me neither. All right. That's it. Anybody have any homie discounts? The August. Did we go over the August PS Plus lineup yet, Eric? Last week or?
No, this is just the games catalog, the stuff you get for subscribing to extra and premium
Oh,
tiers.
gotcha. So we got Bug Snacks, Dead by Daylight, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, Yakuza 0,
If you
Yakuza.
somehow didn't pick up Bug Snacks because you weren't subscribed to PS Plus already, then
Right.
now you can get this, I guess.
Yeah. And it's not great. I played a little bit of that stupid game. Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Everspace, Metro Exodus, Monopoly Madness, Monopoly Plus, Trials of Mana, and Uno. So that's what you'll be getting. Nothing. I mean, other than the Yakuza games, which are pretty damn good. I have to say, I have that whole collection. I still got to go through a few more, but there's lots of content in those games. If you want a game with a lot of content, then that's the game for you. All right. Let's see. Scotoma says I stopped playing Guild Wars 2 after the last installment. Not great, huh? Okay.
It's still going strong though, so good for
Yeah,
them.
I know. I mean, it's still going. Let's see.
It's like,
Breakman.
wow, like people still fucking playing that game. I quit playing that game like 10 years ago. People still fucking playing WoW.
I know, man. Hey, Break. Anything in Deer Breakman this week?
No.
All right. Then let's move on to.
Inquiring minds want to know.
What have you been playing?
Let me see here. Mostly. Well, I played one new game, but mostly the old games like Pac-Man. Still just playing through the old stuff over and over and over again, and then like Pac-Man 256. I just keep playing that game for just one more game, just one more game. I know I can do a better score this time. Hour later, like I know I can get my score. God.
2 hours later.
right. That's me playing Pac-Man 256. Wreckfest. Oh man, some of the accidents in this game. Some of the wrecks are fantastic. Game is still so much fun, and as I've gotten farther into the game, I've unlocked some more crazier vehicles. Although it doesn't none of them top the couch.
The couch, wow.
Yes, racing with a couch.
Well, I want to race on like a mushroom or, I mean, something like that, man.
Yeah, like it's demolition derby, and you're racing on a fucking like a figure 8 track with couches, and it's like it's the stupidest fucking thing, but it's funny, and it's some of the accidents are so much fun.
Yeah.
When you're doing that and they're out in the open, you're just watching a person go flying around like like a ragdoll type thing, like the ragdoll physics.
I know. Ragdoll physics I used to fucking hate so bad, like in serious games. But if you do ragdoll physics in a comedic like arcadey game, it works really well. You know what I mean?
There was a Transformers game that was fantastic, except it had that. It was the most fucking stupid shit. Anytime your character would die, they do ragdoll physics for the death. Like, what the fuck?
What game was it? There was a game where like you slingshot like bodies like through like walls and other shit. Like it was just
like Angry Birds style.
Yeah, it was like Angry Birds, but they had ragdoll physics, and you would like it's sort of like slingshot.
Interesting. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It's fun for about. Yeah, it was fun for like 10 minutes, and then it
just wouldn't. But Wreckfest, I can play it for a few hours. It's a lot of fun. I hate racing games, but I love like wrecking and trying to run my opponents off the road or run them into a wall and stuff like that. And this one, it's been a while since I've played a demolition racing game. But the last ones I played, like all the other racers pretty much ignored everyone else. In this game, they go after each other, so it's funny just to see in like the distance. You'll see accidents and shit going on. Just like they're trying to kill each other. Like awesome. And you come back around and you see like the chaos that they did that you weren't even involved in. Like wow.
Wow. Let's see. Freak Five says.
I heard that earlier. Anne Heche passed away earlier.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna pass away as soon as they said she went into it. Was that video was creepy. I don't know if you guys saw it. After they put her on a gurney, not gurney, but like like stretcher, and she like sat up. She was all burned. Oh God, I was like, ugh, she's in bad shape. Bad shape. Did you see her fly by in that video? Like, did you see that ring video break?
No. I heard it was a fire crash and she was hurt, and there was a video. I'm like, I don't need to see that.
Yeah.
I've already seen enough videos this week where I'm watching people getting unfairly beaten. Like the guy, of course it's a black guy, handcuffed, dragged out of a police car, thrown to the ground, beaten.
Yeah, of course. Freak Five says
handcuffs, unarmed, but
of course. Freak Five says coworker was talking about what he would do if he won the lottery. He's a black guy, and to hide who he is, when he goes to get his picture taken showing that he won, he said he's going to wear blackface. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. That's horrible. That's fucking horrible. Scotoma says
white face. Can you get like a cream colored paint?
Of course you could. Like Scotoma says
blonde wig.
Yeah, right. And then a name tag that says Karen. You know what I'm saying? Scotoma says, you guys ever played the game Amazing Frog? The game is hilarious. Don't know who that is. Scotoma says she was an actress. Scotoma, it's like, I mean, there's speculation.
She was prolific in the 90s and like early 2000s.
Yeah, she did
She hasn't really worked in a while.
No, after that Psycho remake, that horrible Psycho remake, she kind of fell off quite a bit.
She does slash her butthole in that movie, though.
Yeah, she does.
So, hey, Scotoma, if you want to know who she is, go back and watch the Psycho remake. She flashes her butthole.
Yep,
there you go.
That's true. And it's pretty awful.
Even though that movie isn't worth anything else because it's absolutely like it was a terrible fucking
Junk.
idea. They cast actually one of the absolute worst people they could cast is Norman Bates. I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's not a bad actor, but
No,
in that
I don't
role,
think he's a bad actor. I think that he's like a comedic actor or stuff. You know,
Yeah.
he's the straight guy in the comedies and stuff, and he just was poorly cast as Norman Bates.
yeah, it was really bad. It was a bad. It was, I think, the worst remake I think I've ever seen in my life.
It's one of them. Yeah, it was terrible.
Uh,
Psycho is one of those fantastic movies you can go back and watch and like. Because it set it up so well. Is this you're seeing this woman and you're gonna be afraid for her life this whole
Right.
movie and maybe she'll escape and then like about halfway through they murder her.
yeah,
It's like what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know.
yeah. It was definitely.
such a shocking twist in like a horror movie.
Yeah,
you
it was
know?
kind of ahead of its time, man. It's a great movie, but you know,
It's like oh well now her sister's here and there's new protagonist. Okay, I didn't see this coming.
yeah.
It's a shock. Okay.
Anything else you've been playing?
Sorry
Blake?
if I just spoiled an very old movie for anyone.
Oh,
I've
stop
also
it.
been playing.
Fucking Psycho
like-
came out in what 1950 something, man. I mean, come on, man.
It's still good.
It's a great movie. No doubt.
Yeah, it's absolutely one of the classic horror movies. But the other game I played is a new one that just came to the Xbox, Multiverses.
Oh, I heard about that, man. How'd that
Yes,
go?
this is it's actually I believe the real name of the game is Super Smash Warner Brothers.
Oh, Super Smash Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I think that should be the real name of it at least, because it is in every way pretty much a ripoff of Smash Brothers, using Warner Brothers property.
Well, it would be if it were not using microtransactions and battle passes and all that nonsense. But
Right, yeah. I didn't play it much because you only got a handful of the characters unlocked to begin with, like Superman, Wonder Woman, Finn from Adventure Time, and there's two others that are unlocked in the beginning. But like there's a Batman, Shaggy, those are locked. I wanted to play Tom and Jerry, and it's like, oh, you gotta spend this amount of money. I'm like, but I just want to use Tom and Jerry. Well, you're gonna have to buy it.
Of course you are, man. I mean, of course.
Can I just play and get to it? I think you can just earn points and get to it that way, but it seemed like it would take a while.
Of course it will.
yes,
man.
but any game that
Unlock all of them.
either produces or like for any other publisher develops a game like this, it's trash. It's not worth playing.
I mean, I don't mind like a game like for instance, like Street Fighter, right? Like you come out with the main game and you have a healthy roster that you can play, and then you come out with like a DLC pack with like 2 or 3 new characters. I mean, I don't have a huge problem with that, but I mean, when you limit things to like 2 or 3 characters or 4, and it gets really boring real quick, and you don't want to pay that extra money, that's definitely problematic.
The way NetherRealm Studios handles like extra characters and stuff is I like that. Like how they
Yeah, it's not bad. Like the Mortal Kombat stuff. Yeah, that's not.
There's no requirements to buy any of that. It doesn't affect your game in any way, but you know you can buy these new characters and they're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
so back to multiverses. The gameplay is like I said, it's essentially Super Smash Bros. And one key difference though, it treats this game more of a fighting game than Super Smash Bros. Does. Super Smash Bros. You actually have to turn your character around and such like that when you're getting attacked. In this one, it automatically like targets, you know, like a fighting game.
Well, that's a good thing.
It is a little handy, yeah. It's nice. That's always been one of my biggest complaints with Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
But Smash Brothers got 1 billion characters, and I don't have to pay a goddamn dime for any one of them.
Yeah. Scotoma says Star Trek Online is pretty fun too. I heard it was pretty fun. Scotoma, I like Star Trek probably slightly better than Star Wars, but I like them both. I'm one of the. I mean, it's weird. Like you tell a Star Trek guy that you like Star Wars, and they're like, it looks like they want to, like, beam you to a different planet, you know, and then you
there's
say
no problem liking both.
Right, and then you talk to a Star Wars person and that you know about Star Trek, and they're like, they want to lightsaber your ass, you know. It's like, geez, man. I mean,
I think that's the key. You gotta like both these shows, not love them to death.
Right. I mean, I like
I
them.
love them
Then
both.
you become
I
a
love
toxic fan.
Yeah, I like
Well,
both, man.
that's fine. I can be a toxic fan, but I love Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yeah,
Like, I
me
grew
too.
up with both of those.
Right. I don't think there's a problem liking both. I
And
mean,
that's why I enjoyed the Orville so much, is it reminded me of like old Star Trek,
Yeah.
especially this season of the Orville.
Yeah.
Even though they really went big budget on some of the sci-fi, like there was some really heavy, intense sci-fi battles, which were great in the show. But,
Yeah. All right.
but why can't you like them both? I don't understand.
That's exactly right.
Why is it either or, like Nintendo versus Sega? It's either or. For me, it was Nintendo because I could only afford one.
Right. Well, that was different. That's a different argument, man. If you can, like right now, I only have a PS5. I don't have an Xbox X. You know, so it's like all PlayStation. But I want to remedy that because I like games in general. You know.
Right. Like the one time when we were arguing, like I'm never buying a PlayStation just because we were arguing. That's bullshit. If I had a chance to buy a PlayStation,
of course you would, man. Of course you would. It's the same here, Break. Like I'm more of a PlayStation guy, but if I had the money, I would buy an Xbox X. Easy. You know, it's an easy decision for me. You know. Wyland says he has 4 more eps left to watch of this season of Orville. All right. Anything else you've been playing, Break?
No, that's it.
All right, Eric. What you been playing?
Just more Xenoblade 3 and Elden Ring. I finished getting max gamer score for Elden Ring on the Xbox, so I can finally completely commit myself to Xenoblade 3. Although today I played Dark Souls 2, and because I only had so much time before the show, and I probably didn't want to get caught up in Xenoblade, so that's why I played that.
Yeah. Priorities, Eric, you know, priorities. All right, I played a little bit of Salt and Sanctuary and quite a bit of Shibuya Scramble. That game is like lengthy. It's beefy. Break. I think you should play this game if you get a chance. It's like an old choose your own adventure type game.
Ooh,
and yeah, it's really good. It's compelling and. I'll have a review next week. I'm going to finish it off for sure this week, and then I'll have a review next week. But, it is what it is. But speaking of reviews, if I can get my damn sound clips up here.
RPGrinders reviews.
Any review this week, Break?
I watched Prey.
Oh, you did. Okay, cool.
Yes,
so we reviewed it last week, and you muted yourself, so you couldn't hear what we were.
I wanted to watch it, and I watched it like after the show.
What did you think, Break?
I thought it was pretty fucking awesome.
Yes.
But I do have some complaints.
Oh, okay.
Mostly the formula of the Predator movies. They need to change. We know exactly what's going to happen in every Predator movie from the very beginning.
Right. Although I do like the change of setting. I mean, that brought a whole fresh.
The new setting was cool. Like
the elimination of camp.
Yeah.
And like they played. I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt like it was a genuine experience.
Yes.
Like they weren't trying to overdo it in any way.
Right. Although the fucking violence in this one was. I think this was the most violent one out of the bunch, man. I mean,
you watch it completely in Comanche or what?
Oh, I want to do that next time.
I didn't watch that, but I like that this is insinuating that this is the first time the Predators come to Earth. You know, and he's hunting, and as he's going along, he's hunting more dangerous animals. You know, until he finally comes across humans, and it's like, well, these guys are interesting.
Yeah.
And then it's the old Predator formula, which is, he wipes out everybody except for the main hero, and and the hero beats him in one-on-one combat by tricking him, usually by outsmarting him.
Yeah.
But we gotta. Yeah, he said it was better than he expected. I'll wonder what 84 was. Never mind. I better something. Prey.
Well, Prey is definitely better than what I expected. Break, no doubt.
Prey was good. I liked it. So don't get me wrong. It's just the next Predator movie. It can't come down to the same way because it's just we've seen it several times now.
I think I agree with you in a way. Break. I mean, I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic. But what's the problem with like doing a contained like badass epic like 4 or 5 Predator versus like like a group of people movie. You know what I mean?
They did that. It
In
was
what?
awesome. It's called
2?
Predators.
Oh, Predator. Oh, well, yeah, it was like
Yeah,
what,
I'm still
3
waiting
people?
for a sequel to that because I loved Predators. I thought that
Predators was
one of the best
good,
movies.
man. I mean, I think I like this movie slightly better than Predators, but I really did like Predators. But
Well, I like the whole idea of Predators. Like at that point in the continuity of this is basically Prey is like their first contact with man, and like Predator seems like this is like hundreds of years in the future where they've determined man is one of their most dangerous opponents. So now they're taking the most dangerous people they could find and going up against them. You know?
yeah. I
And
don't
like
know
the
what.
Yakuza, for instance, like a Yakuza versus Predator fight was pretty badass.
Why,
On
like,
paper, it sounds like, oh, that's gonna be stupid, but no,
right?
in reality, it came out pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought.
I think they should do like a Predator meets Alien for the first time movie, like on a different planet. That would be fucking cool. And then like have it subtitled like you know because the Predators are obviously an intelligent race of
Right.
alien, right?
Right.
So why not just do like a subtitled like all Predator movie? You know, like they're in a ship and they come across like, you know, the alien planet or something. You know, I think it would be cool. I mean, because obviously it's a shared universe with them, right? Because they established that in part 2, I believe, when they first showed the alien skull in the ship, right?
Yeah.
So there's got to be a story behind that. I want to know what happened there. You know?
And the Aliens versus Predator movies would have happened after that,
Right.
technically, right? In timeline wise. So yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
there's a sequel comic to Predators, Wyland, but
I know,
still-
but I wanted a movie.
I know.
I still need to watch Predators. Maybe I'll do it this weekend too.
just like there's a couple of comic book follow-ups to The Thing, Wyland, and I love those comics. Those comics are badass. But yeah. All right, where are we? I think did I get you, Eric? Yeah, I got you. Got me. Oh, you don't have a review, do you, Eric?
No, I didn't put one up on the feed either. I just didn't have time.
Break. What did you give Prey? By the way,
Thumbs up, I
a
guess.
thumbs up. You son of a bitch.
I'd say 8. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it an 8.
That's a good score, man.
Enjoyed
It's a
it.
great score,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I don't want after you gave it a 9.5. I don't want to like sound like I hate it.
No,
I
dude.
really
Yeah,
enjoyed
look,
it.
Well,
I-
that's the last Predator movie. They had to do it safe by just basically redoing the plot of the first movie.
yeah.
And that's my problem is it
It's
really
same formula.
each Predator movie
Yeah.
comes down to the same thing. It's
Yeah.
he's basically just killed everybody else, and it comes down to our hero versus him.
The
Too
cool
lazy
thing.
to read comics.
The
Yeah,
cool
that'd be
thing
me.
though is this chick was badass in this movie, man.
Oh, yeah.
She was so
Thomas
cool.
cost too much time investment and money to spend on.
Right. I have a review, and this came out of nowhere. I saw an article in Bloody Disgusting probably about 2-3 weeks ago about a series called Primal on HBO Max that they said that horror fans would enjoy. Right?
Let
Technically,
me
it's also-
interrupt you.
Yes.
It's also technically on Adult Swim, but yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that by the guy who did Samurai Jack?
I think
Okay,
it
I
is.
want to
yeah.
see
Phase
this. This is something I want
project.
to see. So
Okay.
I'm interested in this for sure.
Okay. Now
Season 2's coming out in a couple weeks.
I'm not. Well, season 2's out.
Oh wait, it was this week. Okay.
No, season 2 is out, but they release like one episode every week, I think, because there's only 5 episodes to this season. But I'm not gonna do any spoilers. I'll just give a general overview. But basically, tell me if you like this concept, Breakman. Caveman plus a T-Rex team up to kick everybody's ass.
I think that would be an awesome video game too.
Oh, dude, this series. But look, there's more to it. It's super smartly written. There are, even though there's hardly any dialogue,
Yeah.
somehow they managed to get across emotion. Like, it's absolutely amazing. This series, I can't speak highly enough about it. In fact,
Cool.
it's quickly. I can't wait to see all the rest of season 2. But it's quickly becoming one of my favorite series, and I hope they do.
Nice.
I hope they do multiple series. Now, let me take you through the basic plot points. Caveman plus T-Rex have a common thing that binds them together. They become a team. It's brutal at times. It's emotional at times. It's adventurous. It's mysterious. This series is exactly how every adult-oriented, and I'm not talking sexual, adult-themed cartoon should follow. This series is great. I think everybody that has HBO Max should immediately put this series at the top of their list. I am so far going to give Primal. Now, this is subject to change because season 2 might not quite hit the landing at the end. But right now, I'm going to tell you guys that Primal is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Why is season 2 so short, though?
I think there's still episodes coming out, Eric. I think they're coming out weekly. I honestly believe that Primal, it hits the mark. Primal almost got. I've almost gotten as much out of Primal as I've gotten out of Breaking Bad, my favorite series of all time.
Wow.
It is, dude. I'm telling you, Primal will tug at emotions on you. It will shock you. It will thrill you. It is a great series. It's a great series.
Oh,
and
you cut out.
You cut out for a moment.
Oh,
We're worried.
Sorry. Am I back?
We're scared.
I
The
can't.
guy who made Samurai Jack, one of my favorite things about Samurai Jack is he would let the art do, let the art show what's going on, and there'd be episodes with very little dialogue.
That's this one. I mean, there's very little dialogue. Now, there was an episode.
There was an episode in Samurai Jack where it was basically him versus a ninja, and he was dressed in white and the ninja dressed in black, and they were just going through the shadows of black and white. And it was really coolly done.
Yeah,
it was really neat.
I mean,
So,
if you
yeah,
like Samurai Jack, Breakman, you will love Primal. I'm telling you right now, it is. I mean, I can't.
I might have to watch it later.
I can't thank this guy enough for putting this series out. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. If you want something fresh and new and visceral and emotional and heartbreaking and uplifting, and I mean, dude, I can't speak enough about it. It's so good. Bernie and I were watching the first season, right? Yesterday we started early. I was like, I want to check out this first episode. Before you knew it, Breakman, it was like 3 or 4 hours later, and we're like, we got to see the next one because it's so compelling. Like there's like, I mean, holy shit, dude. There's an episode in season 2. All I gotta say is a village of Vikings on bears, literal bears, vicious bears, versus a caveman, a bunch of pacifist prisoners, and T-Rex, a small T-Rex, and you can imagine what happens. It's fucking badass, man. It's a great series. 10 out of 10. So there's our reviews for this week.
Good reviews this week.
Great reviews this week, man. I mean, we did Prey last week, but
Have you seen Sonic 2 yet, Break?
Not yet. I went to watch it on
I saw
Amazon Prime, and it said it wasn't on there yet, or
It's
something.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, Paramount Plus.
That's on Paramount. Well, on Prime it said it was coming in like 6 days or something.
Mm.
So when it comes to Prime, then that's the time I'm watching it.
I like it. I mean, I gave it a review. So, yeah. It's
You
good.
did? I don't remember.
Yeah, I saw it and I gave it a review. Or did I? Did I skip it?
I don't think you did.
All right. Well, when you see it, Break, we'll tag team that review.
Cool.
So, yeah. All right, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the Week.
Breakman, your Stinko of the
I
week.
don't have it loaded yet, so let me find it.
Should I go to to Eric?
Yeah, there's a quote I gotta find.
Okay, Eric, your stinko of the week, Eric.
Oh, Spanko of the week. Solomon Rushdie got attacked.
Oof. Yeah.
He got stabbed in the neck. So
Ouch.
who knows if he's still okay.
I mean, he's 75 years old, man. I mean, that's oof. If he survives this, he's super tough.
Anyways, he's a long-running anti-terrorist advocate, and he's written a lot of material, including the Satanic Verses, which is about being an anti-terrorist.
Yeah. He's
So
I mean,
a
he's
lot of Islamicists have been tried to murder over the years.
yeah. I never advocate for violence, and this is horrible news. But yeah, just terrible to hear that. And I mean, regardless of
It's almost as if like the religion you believe in that's supposed to be all loving and stuff like that is the real Satanic Verses.
I mean, that was the point of putting out that book, right, Eric? I mean, it's like practice what you preach, man. I mean, in any religion, it's like it's
And
crazy.
he did all this without resorting to violence himself.
Right. No violence. Yeah, that's his big claim to fame, and it's sad. I hope he pulls through and can continue to spread goodness in the world.
Hell, there
it's a
even
shame.
been other people that were attacked because of their association with him. Because like the Japanese translator of the Satanic Verses from 1991 was stabbed to death for his association with the book itself.
It's so weird. People, I mean, will kill in the name of religion, or I mean, it's got to stop. I mean, the violence in general just has to stop, man. It's
Surprisingly,
awful.
the other two people mentioned that were attacked. The one guy was shot 3 times, and another person was stabbed with a knife, but they both survived. Only the Japanese translator died.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Too much blood lost.
Totally ridiculous.
Not to mention forced trauma because of getting stabbed.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Eric?
That's it.
Brakeman, your stinko.
Oh, my stinko again goes to it was a stinko a long time ago, but it's been brought up recently. Pete Rose, piece of shit, can rot in hell.
God damn it. Yeah.
I'll say for what he did on the field, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think there's a question about that. But for the shit he did off the field, he should, be in prison.
Absolutely.
He was, he was drummed out of baseball for betting on the games and such like that. And baseball offered him a way back in a few years ago. All he had to do was stop betting, but he can't stop betting. And he lied about betting to begin with. First he said, I didn't bet, and then I didn't bet on games, and then I didn't bet on my team. The story kept changing and changing.
Right.
But as part of that story, there was a lawsuit back in 2017 where it was revealed as this, that when he was back in his 30s and playing Major League Baseball, apparently he was going to the local high schools to pick up girls. As a 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
He was banging high school chicks.
Yeah.
So, this came back up recently because he went to Philly. This is the first time he's been on a major league field in a while. And a woman asked him about it. And he said, "No, I'm not here to talk about that. Sorry about that. It was 55 years ago, babe."
Hold on. Yeah, babe. But that's the part that you...
Oh, well, no, it gets better than babe.
Yep.
Because here he adds, "I'm going to tell you one more time. I'm here for the Philly fans. I'm here for my teammates. Okay, I'm here for the Philly organization. And who cares what happened 50 years ago?
Yep.
You weren't even born. So you shouldn't be talking about it because you weren't born. If you don't know a damn thing about it, don't talk about it."
I'm glad you brought up the exact quote, Break. It's
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to cut you off. But
No. It was...
It gets worse and worse. It was like, oh my God.
He is his own worst enemy, Brakeman.
Yeah,
Like, he could have settled things a long time. If he would have just answered that and said, "You know what, I made mistakes in my past and I paid for them, and been remorseful. I'm not proud of some of the things I've done, blah blah blah." I mean, he could have ended everything. I think everybody would have been like, okay. I mean, it's kind of weird. You're with a minor.
That's horrible. Like, yeah, we're gonna look at you differently, but okay, you show remorse, you show guilt, and there's nobody can punish you for it. But it seems like I guess you're punishing yourself. So okay, I guess.
Right. He doesn't care, man.
He doesn't. Not at all.
He's never cared.
I wonder if he's still doing it.
You have to wonder now. I mean, you don't want. I mean, what is he? 80 years old? Jesus.
Close to it, I think. Yeah.
Golly,
Maybe.
man.
Actually, he might be 8. Well, let me see what Pete.
Yeah. How old is Pete Rose, man? Out of curiosity.
Oh, he's 81. I'm sorry, you're right.
See,
I thought he was late 70s. He's 81.
Man, what a junk hole.
And it sucks for people like me. Like, we rooted hardcore for Pete, like, so long. We're like, get him in the Hall of Fame. Like, he deserves to be there.
Right.
And then he gets a chance and he just flushes it down the fucking toilet.
I know.
And then we find out about like what he was doing back in those days. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'd always heard rumors that other players like Johnny Bench didn't like him. They never got along with him, and I'd always wondered why.
Well, now you know.
I know.
Yeah. And kudos to Johnny.
I can understand Johnny Bench having a problem with child molesters.
Yeah, of course. I mean, to what extent did he know? Maybe he should have spoke up a little bit more. I mean, that's.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe it was over something else.
But I don't think he knew, man, because he probably would. He probably would have said something. I don't know. But anything else, Break? I mean, that's pretty bad.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Just he needs to just go away. Just shut up and go away, dude.
Yeah.
And then put him in the Hall of Fame the day he dies.
Right.
It's kind of an F you, but here's congratulations at the same time.
Right.
You deserve to be here, but we made sure we waited until your ass was in the grave.
Right, and we put an asterisk by your name, to include all your bullshit,
Right.
Maybe that's what they should do with all Hall of Famers that have that past, like Lawrence Taylor, what's his name, O.J. Simpson, like just have these asterisks. Barry Bonds.
And we've talked about like Barry Bonds and McGuire and stuff like that, and we both agree that they should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, with asterisk.
With asterisk, like there should be like something saying, hey, like there are different rules. They played by different rules than everybody else, but look, they were still fucking talented.
Right. Okay, mine is going to be a discussion that will probably bleed into free for all. So I'll just. It's both my Sweeto and Stinko of the week. It's the Department of Justice, right? So the big story this week is the walls are kind of closing in on Trump. And Eric made a very astute observation before we even started, the show. None of us are big Trump fans, right? Like, we have our different reasons why we don't like Trump. But I don't like Biden.
I voted for Biden because I hate him so much.
Right, and I don't like Biden.
I like Biden because I don't like Biden.
Right, Biden's we could go on and on, right? Let's not get into a political debate.
I'm just saying, like, as an example, like, I voted for a guy that I didn't like because I absolutely fucking hate the other guy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stand. I didn't like him before he ran for president, and then when he became president, he was on the news every fucking day, and it was just like, my God.
Right.
Fucking make it stop.
Right. So the Justice Department is now on him for this supposed Espionage Act violation and a couple other things, and raided his home, blah, 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 right?
But Hillary's emails. Sorry.
Right.
I just had to because I've read that so many times. I laugh like every time I see something like that.
But here's Eric brought it up. Like, doesn't it seem like coincidental that the midterms are coming up real soon, Break, and now they're doing all this? Like, I mean, they could have did this a long ass time ago. They knew months ago about this, right? That he had taken classified documents away from the White House, right? Now, I'm not saying if it was.
I don't know what happens behind closed doors and behind the scenes, though, because there's a lot of lawyering going on and stuff like that.
But look, let me.
Lawyers fuck up everything.
Okay.
They make everything take a lot.
I agree, but let me just put it to you this way, Breakman. If you or I would have taken one single document out of the White House that was top secret or semi-top secret, where do you think we'd be right now? Break.
What was her name that just got out of prison? Not too long ago.
I don't.
for leaking leaking information.
With Chelsea
about
Manning?
that. Yeah. No, not Chelsea Manning.
Who?
No.
Oh,
somebody else.
I know who
She
you're
was in the
talking
Navy,
about.
not in the Army.
Oh, what the hell's her name? Yeah, Reality Winner.
Yes, her. Thank you.
Yes.
That's her.
Yes.
Yeah, like she went to prison for how many years for just leaking a little bit of information?
Right.
Not to the level of information that apparently was stolen by Trump.
Right. Well, look, innocent until proven guilty. I'm not.
No,
I mean,
I know.
we're not gonna make judgment or anything. But the point remains the same.
But they came down on her hard and quick.
Of course. So, I mean, so my stinko actually goes to the Justice Department for waiting. I mean, I know you have to, like, if you're gonna go for the king, you have to make sure your shot is true, right? I mean, that's kind of the gist, right? So,
and I also want to argue back against it because, like, a lot of Republicans are using that. It's like, look, this is political. Like, the DOJ is not a political entity.
right.
Trump politicized it. It was not political for him, and it's not political now because, I mean, Biden's washed his hands of it. Like, whatever
Right.
you do over there, I don't care.
Well, that
type
kind of leads to the Sweeto part of it, Breakman, because I'm not a fan of Merrick Garland. I think he's a milquetoast Democrat leaning on Republican, right? But to his credit, he waited, right? Like, okay, so I have a criticism of how long it took, right? But when he did it right, and I'll tell you how he did it right. He waited when he did it. It was under the I want everything to be normal. Just a couple of non-uniform people going in at first, and so they tried to negotiate. Right, negotiations broke down, and they had to do what they had to do. They had to raid. Right, they had to subpoena, and that didn't go through. Then they got a warrant, and because it's an interest of national security, I wouldn't have cared if it was Trump, Obama, fucking Hillary Clinton, George Bush.
Remember how up in arms I was about Hillary's emails?
Right.
Like,
right.
and I made the joke a minute ago about Hillary's emails, but like she faced a lot of scrutiny over it. You know,
Right.
like she answered questions about it and stuff like that, where as Trump is just kind of run and hide.
Right. Right. So here's my.
Do not try and accuse me of defending Hillary Clinton.
No, fuck no, man. Fuck no.
I will jump through the screen.
You guys, I mean, it's well documented how much we can't stand Hillary Clinton on this show, man. I mean, come on, man. But look, so the Sweeto part of it is Merrick Garland is a lot smarter than a lot of people are giving him credit for, because he knew that it would be a political shitstorm if he did things the wrong way, right? So he did everything by the book. And by the book, I mean he got his subpoena after he found out information, whatever that information was, and they got what they needed. They went to the home and they, did this and that and the other. And by the way, it had to have been a leak within Mar-a-Lago. So
yes,
somebody in Trump's inner circle is a rat, and I'm not a big fan of rats, but hey, whatever. I mean, if you're gonna do ratty things, then
if you're running on a traitor, I don't think that makes you a rat, though.
No, I know, but I'm just not a fan of like leaked information and all, because it can go both ways. It can be really good, and it can be very harmful, right? Like so
it depends on what they're leaking. If they're leaking personal information, like who was that actress who was forced out of the closet recently because of a newspaper forced her out?
I don't remember.
That's her own personal business and her life you're fucking with. Whereas Trump's accused of taking nuclear secrets.
Yeah,
that's the government, and that's the whole country at risk right there.
Well, in fairness, we don't know. We just know that there are some top secret stuff.
I'm saying of what the rumors are. And what I'm saying.
So,
but what was her name?
I don't know. I don't know who you're referring to, man. But I mean, the point remains,
it's a
like,
big news story. Like, what the fuck? It's none of your fucking business, for one thing.
I know. But here, I mean, I guess if you're a public figure, it matters, like, because, like, I mean, it could be detrimental or whatever. But anyways, like, so he does all this.
If you're hiding your sexuality,
am I cutting out?
Voting against it.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I cutting out now? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my point being, I wanted.
It depends on what they're leaking and who they're leaking it about. Like like a private citizen who's not in the government, doesn't have any power. Like, what is that?
Yeah. You there? You guys there? Oh shit.
You're stealing from the fucking government.
Yeah, I know.
You're stealing from all of us, essentially.
Right. Okay. So let me finish my point on Merrick Garland.
I think you might need to hang up, Frank.
Am I still like roboting or what? All right. Let me call you guys right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Frank. I didn't know you weren't done.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Let me call you guys right back. Okay.
Okay.
Call you guys right back. I'll call the dudes back here in just a minute. Let's join call, and let's see if everything is better. Is everybody there?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
It must be a little Skype snafu. But let me finish my point on Merrick Garland. So it's kind of my sweeto too, because he waited until he could checkmate everybody, right? Including the Republican Party, including any dissenters that would think that it was political. He waited, and then, you know, he basically waited till everybody was saying, well, you know, all piped up and said, well, you need to declassify the warrant and all this. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And this is after Trump was like debating whether or not he should challenge it being released. I mean, Trump could have released it at any second, right? Why didn't he?
And he couldn't challenge it, though, is the thing. He was just trying to grandstand as usual.
Well,
So
he
eventually
could.
He's like, well, yeah, I'm not going to stop him, whatever.
He could.
I-
He could have challenged it in court, but I mean, it was probably smart he didn't. But, and I can't believe I said that. Trump's smart, but so Merrick Garland actually gets a sweeto for just playing the game the right way, I guess. Not that I'm a fan of his, because, like I said, he's like one of these like middle of the road Democrats that never does anything. You know, it's like all Democrats that never do anything. You know, it's just the way that it is. But so yeah,
Politicians.
yeah, they're politicians and they all suck, Republican
They all
or
work for
Democrat.
corporations, not us.
Yes, they work for money and not the American people. So that's also my sweeto, which leads me to yours, Breakman. What is your
Mine
sweeto?
is actually the same sweeto, but I was giving it to the FBI for, I gave it to the FBI last week for finally going after some of the people who murdered Breonna Taylor. Not all of them, hopefully more, but anyways, for them now crushing down on Trump and his classified information.
Yeah,
And that reminds me, I do have another sweeto.
And this is.
Or a sweeto, sorry.
And as you said, like with Merrick, like he dotted his I's and he crossed his T's. Like when the FBI does something, this isn't a half-ass. Like they've done a lot of which is why, like, I understand things take a lot of time. And I know it's closer to election than a lot of people would like, but like investigations take time. And you have to deal with things like lawyers who fuck up everything.
Well, and one final point on this break to kind of follow up with it. I just find it funny and hypocritical of a lot of Republicans right now, like crying about defunding the FBI now. It's like, do you see the irony in that? Like we like.
Blue Line suddenly wants to defund the FBI.
I know.
Nice.
I'm like I've been saying this for years. Let's defund the police, and they're like, oh no, we can't have that. We can't have lawlessness, right? And now they want to defund the FBI. Like, I mean, I'm all for that too, because the FBI is fucked up.
I think it's fucking hilarious. Like in the message boards, I'll see like they defunded police in this town, and the whole town is burned and stuff like that. Like none of that shit's happened. But and then they're like, a second later, defund FBI.
I know. That was my thought process, man. I've at first it was like, oh, we need to release the warrant, right? And then so it went to Merrick Garland gets up there for like 5 minutes, and he's like, okay, yeah, I put in a motion to release the warrant, and then they pivot to defund the FBI. You're planting evidence, and all this. I'm like, really? Come on, man. I mean, I wouldn't
planting
put
evidence, really.
I wouldn't put it past them to do that, but not in this instance. You know what I mean? I mean, it's too high profile.
Yeah, like
but
this is, and like to your point, like, and to my point, like with the FBI, and your point with Merrick Garland, like, this is big. This is the biggest thing the FBI has probably ever done.
I agree.
So they had to make sure they did it right.
Now, do I think anything is going to happen, Breakman? I absolutely do not.
You know what I think? I think we should start making bets on who's gonna fall on the sword.
That's true. I'm thinking it's going to be Giuliani just because he's a complete putz and easy to, push around. But he does have a lawyer background, so that might be a plus in his basket. But do you guys have any? Oh, we'll talk about it in free for all. But we need to get to Eric's Sweeto, and then we'll continue on with this discussion. Eric, your Sweeto of the week.
Louis Joy, who is the head of USPS, the head postmaster, has been removed from his position.
Oh, finally! Jesus.
Oh,
Christ.
wow. About fucking time. I mean, that worthless piece of shit, too,
Him
man.
and all the people.
Fuck up the mail.
Yeah, we can finally get our mail now, guys. I mean, there you go. I mean, he's been stifling the United States Postal Service forever. But you know what? So has all of the government been stifling the USPS. You know that the United States Postal Service is the only branch of the government. I say branch of the government, but you know what I mean. Like section of the government where they have to fully fund their pensions for like 30 years out or some stupid shit. And it's the reason why they have so many problems with money. And I mean, they what the politicians want, both Democrats and Republicans, is they want to privatize mail delivery. They want FedEx and UPS and a select other.
Fuck those people.
I agree. And Amazon.
I've used UPS. I've used FedEx. American Post. The United States Post Office is better than both of them.
It absolutely 100% is better than both of them put together, no doubt, and way cheaper. Way cheaper. I mean, even though they've
good point. It is cheaper.
Way cheaper, and it's like a generic version of something, but it actually tastes really good. Do you remember, Breakman, back in the day when they used to have like this aisle with just like black and white labeled stuff, generic stuff? They called it the generic aisle. Well, here in Denver, I don't know if they did it in Ohio. They had
they mix them together, like the generic stuff's right next to the.
But do you remember the black and white labels at all? Or
I just remember the generic brands. I don't really remember.
Okay. All right.
Apparently, the generic version of the Kroger Oreo is as good as the Oreo.
Right. So here's okay. Back in my day, all right, I am older, so you guys are gonna have to like bear with me here as I explain this. There used to be a whole. Hold on, Eric. There used to be a whole aisle of black and white labeled items that were generic. It would be like, I don't know, like refried beans and like all kinds of like just generic stuff, right? Black and white labeled. I think the government actually sponsored it. So it was like, it was very similar, and you could tell the quality wasn't as good as some of the name brands like cereals, and you'd get a generic version of Fruity Pebbles and it wouldn't be quite as sweet, but it was sufficient and it worked, right? And it was cheaper, much cheaper, because the labeling didn't have all this fancy stuff on it, and it was just plain, and it was just cheaper. So there would once in a while be something, whether it be a cereal or something, that tasted every bit as good as the original. And that's how I feel the USPS is. It is the generic version of FedEx and UPS, but it's just as good, and it's way cheaper. That's what my point is. Wyland is exiled, you son of a bitch. He says black and white labels equals cave paintings. How dare you?
I just keep thinking of Hydrox cookies.
Yeah, pretty much.
They didn't taste exactly the same as Oreos, but they were still.
No, they were sufficient, and they still are sufficient. So now,
gone now.
Right. Well, actually, Walmart does Hydrox cookies, man. Like they I don't know what they do they call them? They're called like great value.
I think it's the same, but they're called Great Value.
Yeah,
so
Great
they have
Value.
The Walmart Great Value label.
Yeah.
The Hydrox went out of business.
Yeah. So that was my point. Is just that they're like, they work every bit as good as UPS and FedEx, but they're just much cheaper.
The only difference between them and Oreos though is they don't have the variety that Oreo does now.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
The difference between them and Oreos is Oreo used Hershey chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn it, man. Now You know what I really want? I saw something the other day that was really cool. It was Mountain Dew watermelon, but I want that in diet, man. Damn it, give me diet watermelon Mountain Dew and I'll be a happy man. Jesus. Is that too much to ask?
I've never understood Diet Pop.
Oh God, it's the
Me
best.
either.
It's
Like,
the
you drink-
best.
Who cares?
It's the best.
It tastes gross to me. It's like, well, if you're gonna, might as well either drink this or drink water. Drink the good stuff or just
No,
not,
no, no.
you know?
Break. Look,
Some
once you get
mediocre
used to
crap,
it, dude, you can't go back to like I drink like a regular pop now, and I'm like, I can't do it, man. I mean, I'm so
probably
used to
couldn't
it.
drink any of it. Yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
had pop in so many years. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I like it. I am addicted to it. I mean the caffeine, whatever. But anyways, let's move on to free for all, guys.
It's a free for all. Little baby. Yeah, it's a free for all. Suck it.
Well, I guess free for all is just a follow up on bullshit of the week. Everything that happened this week. Break. Any other thoughts on the the raid / how dare you, Breakman? How dare you? You son of a bitch. How dare you? You're exiled. How about that?
I wonder where Freak is.
He's here.
I
He's
think he went to
lurking.
get eat. Yeah, I think he went to go eat actually.
Oh.
I mean, maybe he's still in chat, or maybe I'm imagining things. I don't know.
And I think you imagine things quite often, man. So
That's true.
But so let's just continue with our discussion on this whole thing, Break, man. Like, what are your thoughts, man? Like, what, like, do you think, like Eric was saying, like, this is just, I mean, it's too convenient, it's too close to election time to not be political. You know what I'm saying?
Well, in this culture that we live in. Oh, he's still here. I'm sorry. I thought you went to eat. I guess I should check my Twitter to see if you sent me a food pic. I should have done that first.
You know who hasn't been here in a while? Dungeon Buster.
I know. What's up with Dungeon, man? I mean,
Busting more dungeons.
I mean, he's busting dungeons for sure. But I bet you he's lurking. He's like ninja on the wall. He's like, pretty soon he's gonna show up and say, "I'm here, guys. Like, I've been here the whole time."
It's like, I've been here, but you guys suck, so I'm just gonna sit in the background.
Right. Well, that's true. Anyways, continue, Breakman.
Wait, what were we talking about again?
Well, this whole like do you think it's like it's not a witch hunt? That's I hate when.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I don't know, like everything's political now, and the closer we get to an election, just there's gonna be more stuff that's gonna come out. And remember how close like the that Hillary email situation happened, right? Like 2 days before the election, or like the week before, or something like that.
Yeah.
Where was it Comey made the big announcement that they're gonna investigate it and stuff like that.
Cuomo, you mean?
Yeah.
That was Comey.
No, there's no I in that name.
I don't care what their fucking names are. Anyway. But yeah, I think there'll be more bombshells, and there'll be things about Biden that are going to come out. And the closer we get to the election, the more dirty things are going to get. I mean, just look at the environment we live in right now. I live in Cincinnati, and in Cincinnati earlier this week, we had a guy try to raid the FBI building.
What the hell? I was going to ask you about that. I don't know too much
about
about
that. About Trump being prosecuted, or not prosecuted, but he's angry about Trump being investigated in any way.
Also, me and Bray talked about it while you went to go bathroom last week.
Yeah.
But the whole Batgirl and WB situation, they're still going to show the Flash, and WB's head management is most certainly criminal because they've been aiding and abetting his arrest because of them filming with him for the Flash, and they chose to cancel Batgirl over the Flash.
I know. But it's got to be ratings related, Eric. But still,
I'm not gonna say race played an issue into it. The first Latino Batgirl
Trans girl
character. Yeah.
No.
Not gonna say it or insinuate it in any way, Frank. I'm not.
Well, I guess Walter Hamada almost quit DC over it. So where there's smoke, there's fire, right? I mean,
and look at the Ray Fisher situation. Like, there's been a
Yeah.
lot of like accusations of racism in the
Mm,
Warner Brothers.
it's not a good look,
lots.
man. I mean, there's got to be an independent
I
investigation
feel
into
like
that.
I need to watch all the WB content before it gets pulled from HBO Max.
I think you should too. But
Yeah,
once
that's
they do
probably-
that, I might not have HBO Max. I mean, that's why I got HBO Max, was because of that. Or now Primal, but other than that.
Well, next summer they're gonna combine with Discovery, and it's gonna be like all the WB stuff will probably be gone, like comic books
Really?
and stuff like that, because they want to go
Wow.
for like this different type of business model. It sounds like.
Discovery? Are you kidding me? I mean, I'll get rid of it, man. Fuck that. I don't.
The channel that has ancient aliens and Jesus nonsense.
I know. Or like
I mean, that's also the history.
Isn't
channel, but,
Discovery
like
like the home remodeling bullshit and all
Well,
that?
the parent
No,
company
that's Home and
owns
Garden.
HBO and stuff. They bought them recently, I thought, and that's why it's.
I mean, if I don't have to pay any more money and they give me, but if they take all the Warner Brothers stuff on there, I think I'm gone.
combined or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, Primal's
know.
the only thing to watch HBO for, as far as I'm concerned, man. I mean, other than the DC stuff,
DC and Godzilla movies. That's
Yep,
something I-
Godzilla too, the Universal stuff, yeah. Also, but whatever. So, anyways, back to this political discussion that will probably go maybe
Like,
another 5-10
But
minutes.
yeah, for me, just everything is.
Maybe that's where all the
now, like,
canceled Netflix series will go. They'll go to HBO Max and get new seasons.
Well, if Netflix was smart, they'd go to Warner Brothers and say, "Hey, come on over." I mean, that'd be a good way of like keeping some of their subs, anyways, and then maybe stop making so much original content that's shitty. I mean,
Yeah, but see, the thing is, they've made they invested a lot of money into original content because they saw what was going to come, that the other streaming services are going to pop up and
yeah,
everybody's
but
going to be in their own
like,
camp and stuff like that. But they're still
95
losing subscribers. They still lost a lot of subscribers.
yeah,
So,
95% of their shit is junk, man. Like literal junk. Like I
I
tried
don't disagree.
I tried watching like a few different things. Like there was that Ryan Reynolds movie that was it was okay, and then it's like I mean shit like that, man. Like okay doesn't cut it.
He was talking about Prey with Mrs. Brakeman, or like, oh yeah, like because we were talking about Netflix and all the movies. Like, God, like there's only been one movie, two movies we liked on it. Because Prey, and oh wait a minute, that was on Hulu. Never mind, it's the one movie.
I know.
Just only
I-
one movie on Netflix.
And you know what else? What else hurt Netflix really bad? They were banking that they would get some sort of Academy Award to lend legitimacy to their original content, and they got embarrassed by fucking Apple Plus of all people, like being the first. Like it was.
How did the Irishman do?
It got nominated, but it didn't win. Yeah.
Because
So
I think that was their best shot at anything.
it was pretty good. I like The Irishman pretty good, but it was
Does
a little.
anybody watch that series with Steve Martin called "The Only Killers in the Room" or something?
The one with Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Yeah.
I did not, man. It didn't look super compelling to me. I was like, I got.
Apparently, that's the last thing Steve Martin's going to do as an actor, and he's going to finally retire.
Well, he should, man. He's like what, 80 something
He's one of those guys I've heard is not very friendly, nice, and
in real
off
life.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and guys like Chevy Chase, like this really.
Oh, I've heard horror stories about
Yeah, like
Chevy
the
Chase.
really big, heavy '80s comedian names. Like apparently
Yeah.
not very good people. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're used to a certain lifestyle and then people all of a sudden, and then the world changes around you, I mean, it's a recipe for disaster, Break. It really is. Like entitled pieces of shit. And then they get a chance on a different show, right? Like, Chevy Chase was like given an opportunity in that one, what was it, Community or one of them, and
Something like that,
he
yeah.
was the same way. And it's like, dude, you're past your prime. You should be thankful that they're inviting you onto this show to act. It's like, damn. People don't know what they got till it's gone, I guess, man. But whatever. But anyways, so this whole thing, man, I mean, good for them for doing due diligence, I guess, and waiting, but why so long, man? Like, any normal, I mean, I know this is the ex-president of the United States, and you got to be super careful and all
Yeah.
this, but nobody's supposed to be above the law, I mean, it's I mean,
Supposedly.
I still think that nothing is going to come out of this, man.
Like I said, I think there's gonna be a scapegoat. Somebody will go down for it. There might be like a few like big name like Russian Gate. Like there were several people that went down for it, but no like real big names.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. There were like Roger Stone, but he got pardoned. That's
Yeah,
right.
of course. Well, so let me ask you this question: who's the mole? Who do you think the mole is, Break? This is just speculation. I'm just, just
I
playing.
think it's somebody who sees that they're in deep shit. I think. 'Cause
You know,
these guys, a lot of these guys are spineless fucks.
who it could be that would shock everybody. Well, maybe not shock, but like the writing's kind of on the wall with it is Melania Trump.
I was gonna say Eric Trump. But who
She
knows?
cannot stand Donald. Have you ever I saw a montage put together where like he's like trying to hold her hand and she knocks it out of the way, and then there's other times where she like real aggressively like doesn't want to hold hands with him and walks away from him, and like all this like real subtle but and maybe not, maybe she really is just like walking somewhere or something, but she like it looks like she really genuinely doesn't like her husband. It's like,
But I don't know. Like from everything I've seen with interviews and stuff with her, and I think she's so much like him.
I know.
Like
I know.
I can see why those two are together because they are
Right.
so much alike.
So much alike. Yeah.
Even though like there's a huge age difference, and like yeah, it's like she's a gold digger, and like well yeah, so is he.
Right.
I mean essentially, like if she had money, he'd be fucking marrying her for money.
Right.
So, like it's just there's so many similarities between them. It's like yeah, they belong together.
Is she the
Yeah.
first lady to have ever been in Playboy? I'm pretty sure that's an accurate
Yeah.
statement. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is no big deal. I mean,
I
people.
was gonna say most of them we wouldn't have wanted to be in
Right.
Playboy.
Right. Right.
Actually, none of them. Maybe Jackie O.
Jackie, for sure, man. She was definitely very elegantly pretty woman, but
I can't really think of any of the other first ladies I would have wanted to see.
I can't think of any either. But still, like, I mean, not that matters because whatever anybody does is their own business. It's just like whatever. But I just, I mean, like, it's so weird, man. Like we now have an ex-president, Donald Trump. Who I don't know what he was famous for, just having money. I mean, he's not. He's just.
From one of the many, there's some I've watched several documents on him because I just hate him so much. But like he's really famous because his dad was famous or rich mostly, and he was able to. He went off his dad's wealth and just made a name for himself out there.
Well, I know
Like,
his dad
anytime-
gave him like what $400 million that he fucking blew, and it's so
Well,
bad.
his dad bailed him out in Vegas and stuff like that. But I mean, like his dad got him to kind of like into the limelight, and he went from there selling his name mostly.
Like, that's what I'm
He-
saying.
he
Like, what does
wasn't
he actually
involved in-
do?
He was barely involved in the making of Trump Tower,
Right.
but he got his name on it.
Well, it's like
'Cause he
Kim
realized getting his name out there was
What is Kim Kardashian famous for? Like, what does she actually do? I know now she's like a
just
big
getting her
time.
name out there.
Yeah, I know now she's like a big time businesswoman. She's got like all kinds of. But before she was, but all
If you've
this.
got money, it's easy to get your name out.
It's so weird, man. Like money begets money, I guess. It's
Because
like,
that,
jeez.
I mean, we've all seen the Kim Kardashian sex tape. It was sucked. It
Oh, it
a
was
bullshit
terrible.
Sex tape.
It was
I
terrible.
didn't because I asked standards.
Oh, stop it, Eric.
Fine. Okay. Well, moral.
No,
Eric,
seriously.
watch the rest of
My
us-
standards are I'd rather play a video game.
So you've got morals, but the rest of us watched it, and we were highly disappointed, and we never understood why did this make her famous?
I mean, she's
It wasn't the sex tape; it was she got her name out there.
She's
Like,
definitely
she used
good
the
looking.
Sex tape to hey, look at me,
right.
look at me, I'm Kim Kardashian, Kim
Right.
Kardashian, Kim
Right.
Kardashian. Look
It's
at my
like
ass, Kim
it's the
Kardashian.
same thing with Paris Hilton. Definitely,
Donald Trump.
I know.
He just kept repeating his name basically to anybody
right.
listen.
it's like Paris Hilton, right? Like definitely kind of pretty. I mean, she's not my bag, my cup of tea, But I mean, I could see where people would think she's good looking, but her claim to fame is she's a Hilton heiress. You know, it's like, come on, man. Wait, I'm a socialite. You know, okay, socialite. So what do you just go around having sex with people at parties?
Yeah, I go to parties, I get hammered, and then I hook up with some random dude. That's that's her whole stick.
I know.
It's like, well, why does that make her popular? It's because she had enough money to get her name out there.
And she's not a great actress either. Like, she tried. Like, House of Wax was probably her best effort, and it's like, Jesus, man,
She's
these
in
people.
for a minute.
I know. It's like
she dies like right away.
I know. It's like awful, man. Like, all these people.
Like Tara Reid has a more storied profile than she does in that regard.
You know, actually, Tara Reid had a chance to be a really good actress, but she had a lot of mental issues, and then, of course, she had that terrible boob job, and that didn't do her any favors, and, yeah. I don't know. It's just really weird, man. Really weird how fucking politics work, how fucking Hollywood works, like, money, 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 right? And you know what's funny? Like, generally speaking, Hollywood hates politics, and politics hate Hollywood. You know, it's really weird. Like,
basically, one thing that Trump did was, for instance, the Home Alone 2 movie.
Yes.
He's like,
yes.
I want to be in this. You guys could use my hotel, but I have to be in the movie. I
Right.
have to have a talking line.
But he had like one line, and he was awful.
Right.
He's like,
but it was still like, people are like, oh, there's Trump, and he did like the wrestling events and stuff like that. He used his money to just get out there and basically get himself involved in anything. And Kim Kardashian did it too, and Paris Hilton. Like,
you ever hear that sports writer talk about how he cheats at golf break?
Which sports writer?
His last name is O'Reilly. What the fuck is his first name? He's like this real high profile, like, ESPN writer.
Okay, I know who you're talking about, but I don't catch the story.
Okay, so he was telling this story about how like Donald cheats at golf like incessantly, like whether he's like changing his scorecard or he like kicks his ball out of like the rough, or it's like just stupid things, and then like
at plane, and then he moves the ball into the hole.
And like he does things like that, man. Like, he once claimed like he did just as good as Tiger Woods on the golf course.
See, the thing with self-promotion and people that promote themselves and are just promoting themselves, you can fool yourself.
Right.
And like Trump is obviously full of himself. Kim Kardashian obviously full of
right.
I mean, look at which Jenner was it? That whole she's a self-made person, like she's the first self-made billionaire. She was born into a billionaire family.
Well,
If she would start with
multi-millionaire.
$5, then she could call herself self-made billionaire.
Right. She's definitely a billionaire now. There's no doubt about that.
She created her own business. She created a $1 billion business. I'm not saying that she didn't.
Right.
I'm saying she had a giant ladder above everybody else to start.
Do you think there's a little bit of jealousy between Kim and Kylie Jenner for like how quickly Kylie got her billion? like competing like billionaire status, because I think last I checked, I gotta check it again. Last I checked, I didn't think Kim was quite a billionaire, but very close. You know what Kim Kardashian makes most of her money on? Anybody have any guesses? Huh?
Makeup?
Not makeup. Good guess. That's a good portion of it, but not. It's not as nearly as significant as this thing. Do you have a guess, Eric?
Manicuring tools and stuff like that.
No. Although she does have that too. It's a video game. There's a video game that is.
Oh yeah, the mobile phone thing that she did.
Yeah, and she makes like, I think it's like $100 million a year on this one video game. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Oh shit. Look, $1.8 billion she's worth. 1.8. and her husband, which I know they're having kind of marital issues and stuff now. You know how much Kanye is worth?
He's over $1 billion, isn't he?
Oh yes.
Okay, what?
$2 billion.
Jesus.
$2 billion, man. And it's funny, like, I can't think of a single Kanye product Like you know what I mean? Like I have no idea what he. I mean, I know he's got shoes and, but I mean,
he did this same thing as like the Trumps and the Kardashians, like getting his name out there. Like think about like what he did with interrupting that show, for instance. Like Kanye West, a lot of people don't realize like he's a smart guy.
oh, no doubt.
Like and a lot of stuff he does, like it might seem like off the cuff, but I get the idea he's planned it. Like he was gonna go up there and interrupt this thing because it gets his name out there. You know, Kanye West interrupts Taylor Swift, or
Yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
He knew
And,
what he was
you know,
doing.
like,
No
and
doubt.
everybody's talking about Kanye West for months and months and months about that, and then you
Right.
do something else kind of crazy, and then Kanye West did this, Kanye West did that.
Right.
Making
know-
sure his name stayed in the public eye.
I just look at this. Rihanna is now America's youngest self-made billionaire, man. $1.4 billion for Rihanna. Now, I know she's a super talented singer. I like her music quite a bit, but like, what does she do other than music? Like, it's like, what the fuck, man? Oh man, it's 1.7 billion. Oh, she does makeup.
But it's not very good.
It's not very
That's what I
good.
heard.
Oh, you heard it.
They get their names out there, like and this is horrible to say, but her name, and she didn't really do it. It was other people who used her name after the whole Chris Brown situation, basically.
Oh yeah.
But like using her name, getting it out there and stuff like that. But she profited from it. So
Holy
good for her.
shit, man. Yeah, good for her for sure, no doubt.
That was other people trying to take advantage of her, but
Yeah.
sounds like it worked out good for her. So
Yeah. Oprah's still worth $2.5 billion.
how?
I know how. Like, she created a whole fucking network. That's how, man.
Right, but I thought the network tanked. It's not. It didn't tank.
No,
Are you kidding me?
man.
People actually watch that
Oh,
network.
dude, come on, man. I mean, if it's not Oprah, it's one of those home improvement shows, or, I mean, it's just.
I thought for sure that thing would have been an instant failure.
Oh no, my friend, no.
God, why do people have to disappoint me?
I know. I know, right?
Stop disappointing me, Americans.
Well, I mean, all that is paltry compared to Bill Gates, man. $113 billion. Oh gosh, man. Tyler Perry's worth $1 billion now, apparently.
And all Bill Gates had to do was take the idea and
Run with it.
that
Yeah.
him and other people work together and take for himself and walk away.
I just think $1 billion is just, I mean, it's just stupid money, man. Like they did, like, I saw this video where they did a comparison on what it, because nobody.
At some point, money is pretend.
Yeah, right.
Money was always pretend, but it's even more pretend.
Right. It's more pretend at that point, right?
It's
like
pretend for them.
no, it's just at that point, like, there's really, I mean, you can afford anything and everything that's ever been made, created on Earth, up to and including a fucking spaceship. It's like you can. I mean, it's stupid at that point, right? And then it just, like, they did a video. Let's see if I can find that video. I'm not going to be able to find it in time, but
you can buy an NFL team, you've got too much money.
Oh, no doubt, man. Like they like a little handful of rice is like just imagine taking a pinch of rice, putting it on a table, and that's like I don't know, $10,000, right? And then you take a little scoop with your hand and you put it next to it, and that's $1 million. Well, you know what, $1 billion? It like takes up the whole table. Like, you know what I mean? That's
and a trillion, I guess, is a bowl of that.
Yeah, a trillion is like 10 tables of that. It's
a
like
trillion would be the entire house filled.
Yeah.
You're starting to,
Yeah.
you're starting to get the money numbers that are unimaginable.
Right. It's like, and you know who's gonna make it is fucking Jeff Bezos, that worthless piece of shit, man. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just looking at all this shit. Like, it's just stupid money, man. And nobody should ever make $1 billion. I wish there was a cap on it. Like I think after 100 million, I think you're good to go. I mean, that's more than enough. It's like, come on, man. I mean, that's your kids being okay in their lives.
Yeah.
It's just stupid money. But anyways, that's all we're gonna have time for, guys. Let's do our plugs and get the hell out of here. Unless you guys have anything else.
No.
All right.
For some food.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing cooking. No, oh my God.
Breakman, what you got for us, man?
You know what I forgot?
What? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Go ahead, Frank.
How dare you, man? What's your plug, man? You son of a bitch.
I'm giving you background music. Sing, Frank.
I'm not singing, man. Not doing it.
You can find me at RPGrinders, where I bitch about the news a lot. And I do a lot of complaining on RPGrinders.
Did you do Macho Man's intro?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that. Dun, 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 dun,
Damn it. No, that's Hulk Hogan's, man. That goes.
Oh, you're
hold on.
right. No,
Hold
you're
on.
right. You're right. I'm thinking
Hold
of WWF Hulk Hogan. What was Macho Man's?
Oh, you know that stupid.
Okay. Because I only remember his like NWO. Like
Do you guys? Oh, this is right here, dude. This is fucking good stuff. Right
I've been
here.
getting-
Hold on, I gotta wait for the commercials because I don't have like. I'm getting you when I get rid of Netflix. I'm gonna get the YouTube Premium shit, dude. That's what. You guys remember this?
Yeah. That's what I was just singing.
We gotta listen to the beginning of this, man.
I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
How excited would people get with that break? Like just hearing that doesn't do it justice, man. Like it was
Always
electric.
got good. He came out to the absolute best theme song out anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
And that was Jimi Hendrix.
No, well, no, that was the other one. That
Solid
was
Hogan.
that was in WCW. That was good too. That was Voodoo Child. He used to come out too. Yeah.
His first WC was American Made.
Oh yeah,
It
I
was a-
hated that one. That was terrible.
I liked American Made.
That's nowhere near
American Made, then NWO, and then he started coming out to the Hendrix theme. Which is
New
my favorite one.
New World Order.
When he was coming out, he had the bow on, and he was like, fake guitar playing to Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
I love that so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
You and I need to do a.
Dun, 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 dun,
You and I, Break, need to do an all-time greatest wrestling theme song show. You know, maybe just, randomly, like, not on this show, but, like, a separate little deal. Yeah, I like when
It's
he's like,
funny. I was reading an article about like theme songs for like bad wrestlers and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
one of the greatest theme songs was The Brood. Remember The Brood
oh,
from WWE?
yeah, The Brood, man. That was a good one.
They had an awesome start, and then they get in the ring and everything fell apart.
Oh, God, always, man. I mean, I think it was due to Gangrel, to be
Gangrel,
honest with
yeah.
you.
He definitely saw his history.
Yeah, here we go. It's all ominous and evil,
Dun, dun, dun.
I know. Just,
Yeah, I love that.
they fired the guy that did all those tunes, man. He was fucking awesome. He was super loyal, man. Fuck.
I don't know why they fired him.
Oh, budget cuts, man. Always,
That's probably money, even though they're making billions and billions.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they do that all the time. Like they make $1 billion, and they're like, "Oh, we made record profits. We need to cut budget." You know, it's like, fuck, man.
I mean, there's no wonder so many wrestlers hate the WWF.
right.
But
Oh,
we need to get out of here. It's food quest time.
Yeah, it is. Eric's like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah, no more wrestling.
Right. Stop with the wrestling talk, you son of a bitches. Okay, Eric, your plugs.
You could find my written reviews on BossBashBrigade.com, or you can listen to my audio reviews on the feed. Nothing this week, but I might, instead of doing something I haven't done yet, I might finally upload the first 2 parts of the Metroid retrospective that I had that I just never got around to uploading.
Ah, cool. Right on.
I figured I'd do the last 2 parts closer to Metroid Prime 4's release.
Of course.
But I haven't gotten around to recording those yet, though. But if you those are on the feed, and if you like either of those things and you want to support me, you can go to my Patreon and do a one-time donation or just a monthly. Pay what you want, and if you can do that, that would help out, or you could point it out to a friend who might be able to be interested in that too. So, the link to that is in my Twitter profile, which is @EricRPG.
Yeah. All right, Freak 5 says, I'm plugging my new TikTok, Elephant Dad 5. Right on, Freak 5. Congrats on the launch of your TikTok brand, Elephant Dad
Nice.
5. Here's a little bit of Macho Man. Now, you know that's used for like colleges and like graduations, like high school graduations and stuff like that, you know. So there you go. All right. You can follow me on the old Twitter at Frank Branches. You can follow me on any of the systems. What's going on here? What am I missing? Oh, here we go. Check this out. Before we go, I want to play this real quick for you because this is. I'm glad you brought this up because I think this is one of my favorites. Break. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it here, and we'll play just a little bit of this. Just have a little bit of fun before we get on out of here. But this is fucking awesome. I love this. Hold on. Everybody dance now. That really is a good one, Break, man. We're gonna have such a good time when we do that, man.
Is he wrestling anymore?
I'm the man. God, I love that, man. We gotta do this, Break. Let's.
Does Mick Foley wrestle anymore?
No.
Okay,
no.
so he actually learned and finally retired.
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
No, he's
Okay.
he's definitely retired. I was gonna put Ric Flair
It's good.
retiring
Nobody
as my.
punched themselves more than that, dude.
Right. All right. I think that's going to do it. Let's see. Thanks, everybody in chat. Let's see. Who do we got in here? Of course, Freak 5 Chaos. Wyland was in there. Lexus the Nexus. Alien Gathering was in there. That's pretty cool. Commander Root's always in there. Joint Effort. Sophia Fox. And, of course, Scotoma. We're all in there. And anybody else I missed. And all the archive listeners that listen, we really appreciate you all, too. Anything else, gentlemen, before we get
What
on?
was that guy in the ECW who was also like really extreme? Like him and Mick Foley did more damage to their bodies than anybody I can think of.
New Jack? I don't think any. Or Sabu.
Sabu, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy shit. Those guys were.
like
whew.
what was he said like it was genocide? What was his
Oh yeah, it was like genocide, homicide, and something else aside. Yeah. Yeah.
But that guy, like, oh my god, like I don't know how that guy's alive right now.
I know.
Man, Mick Foley, like how did they walk?
New Jack just passed away like last year, I think. Man, he was, But
Yeah.
all right. Anything else, gentlemen, before we wrap this sucker up?
Stay safe.
All right. Break. Anything?
Anybody want to order me a pizza?
I'll order you one. You'll have to pay
Please.
for it though.
Damn it!
All right, everybody. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we are out. Later, everybody.
Okay, just learn the rest of the game. It'd be amazing.
Dude love. Dude love. Dude love. Dude love. Later, everybody in chat. Thank you guys so much.